Yo, 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 it's your boy, Marky Marks Tarot, and I don't play them games. Oh, man. Some people, I tell you, one day people are like crying about their life and crying about what's going on, and the next day, like they're all cool with the people they're crying about. That's what don't make no fucking sense. Some people really are whack in this world, man. I'm telling you. That's why leave me alone. I don't want no parts of it. People are really delusional in this world. I'm telling you. I don't understand. So fucking tired of people's bullshit. Blah, 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 blah. That's all I hear is fucking bullshit from people. What the fuck is this shit, man? I don't understand people. I really don't. That shit don't make no sense. I don't understand people anymore. I don't know what the fuck their problem is. I really don't. Some people just can't just mind their own business. Do what they gotta do. People make me laugh. Personally, I don't give a fuck. Okay, promotions, blah blah blah. So tired of Black Friday sales. Bullshit every day. Shit that's irrelevant. What the fuck these people are doing? I don't care about this shit. Just nothing. Delete all this shit. Hey, Age of Aquarius, how you doing? How's it going? Not bad. Yeah, me too. Not bad. Had a good day. Running around like I was crazy, and taking my nephews to all their sports stuff, and I did some shopping today. I actually, my nephew's meant to go get a haircut, so I was going to be like about half an hour, 40 minutes for both of them. So I said, well, let me go do some shopping. So I went and bought a few things for myself, treated myself. I had to take advantage of some of the Black Friday holiday sales that they had on. So I left some stuff behind for other people. I didn't get too much. I just got like a couple of things that you know I felt like getting. I just treated myself today. Might as well, right? You only live once. As I was buying it, I was like, you know what, Mark, you don't even need this shit. But you know what? Who cares? Just buy it. Go for it. What's the big deal? Just buy it. Have fun. Wear it, buy things for yourself. You worked hard all your life. You might as well treat yourself. Nah, I didn't go. I never go crazy like shopping like that. But I bought like a t-shirt, a pair of slides, and a pair of sneakers. Not that I needed any of those three items, but I got some good deals these past few days. I got a new coffee machine. I got a whole pot and pan set that I've been needing for the longest time. I'm the type of person like I maintain things, so I don't really have to buy things all the time. I maintain everything I have. I make sure like I clean my stuff, I maintain it, I have everything in order. I don't really, abuse shit and then throw it away. Yeah, you can't take it with you, so you might as well enjoy it. Like these past few years, I've treated myself to a lot of things because I never did before. One, I couldn't afford it, and two, I just didn't care. I'm never been like a materialistic, you know, spending person. I'd rather spend money on tools that make me money. I was eyeing up some tools today online, and I was like, I need to get this. This is the next tool I need to get. Then I looked around, shopped around, and it's cheaper on Amazon than it is anywhere else. So I might just buy it on Amazon, but I don't need it quite yet. But it's on my list. Yeah, it's an Aquarius thing, I guess. Yeah, me too. I have like tons of sneakers and hats. I got tons of clothes, as you can see. I have shit everywhere. Like I said, I bought a new shirt today and a pair of slides and a pair of sneakers that I don't need any of the above, but I liked it. It was a good deal. I got 20% off. So I was like, you know what? This is a good deal. I'm gonna get this. I wanted the things that I did want and need, I didn't it wasn't available. Yeah, it is. It is an Aquarius thing. And I was parked waiting for that. We were actually like 10, 15 minutes early for the appointment for their appointments for the haircut. So we were just sitting in the car on our phones and talking. So a friend of mine sees me. He's like, "Hey, Mark, how you doing? You still got this car?" He's like, "How old is your car now?" I'm like, "Well, in January it'll be 16 years old." He goes, "Man, it looks in good shape, man." And he's like, "Anything wrong with it?" I'm like, "Nope." I said, "Last year I changed the gearbox, but that was about it." And I said, I've sprayed up a few of the panels, make it look decent, make it look new again. I tune it up, every year, make sure it needs everything, whatever it needs, I give it. It's my livelihood, it's my vehicle to carry my tools to do my job. So he was shocked that my car was 16 years old. And I don't want to get a new car because I love my car. You know, I mean, I can afford a new one. I want to get a new one, but then I don't need to get a new one because this one runs perfectly fine. And for the work that I do, that I don't really want a new car. I said that way I have to like, make sure I don't scratch this and do that and get this dirty. It's gonna be like annoying. So whereas that car is already old and it takes all the shit away and whatever. Not, I'm like, I'm not changing. I'm not getting a new car. Hell no. Until that car completely conks out. My last car was 20 years old that I had, and this car is 16. So I'm not the type of person that you know gets something new because I want to. I get it if I need it. But my car is in perfect shape. Every time I take it to the dealer to go get a tune up, the people there say, "Hey, if you ever want to sell this car, we're looking for a secondhand one like this, for this and that." I'm like, "Nope, sorry." It was, "Oh, we checked your records, like you've tuned it up and got everything you need for it every year." I'm like, "Yep." I said, "I make sure the car is in tip top shape because without that car, I can't make no money. So I need it. It's my baby." I call my car Betsy. Everybody laughs. They're like, "Why you call it Betsy?" I said, "I don't know. I just call her Betsy." But yeah, my car is in good shape. I don't want to give it up, and I don't want to get rid of it. I mean, I could sell it and then get a new one, but I just don't want to. I love my car. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm the type of person, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. You know. And there's tons of new cars and new vehicles I like. I really like a few vehicles that are out there right now, and I'm like, nah, not yet. I'll wait. My nephew here that lives with me, my two nephews that live with me, live next door to me. That he's 16 and 14. Here in Bermuda, you have to be 18 to drive a car and 16 to drive to ride a motorcycle. So he's riding a motorcycle at 16. We get, if you're 16, they give you a motorcycle license, and when you're 18, they give you a car license. So he's got 2 more years before he drives. So I want to hold on to my car for another 2 years, and then I'll probably get a new vehicle, and then his mom's probably gonna get my sister. His mom's gonna get a new car, probably as well. So that way we'll have like two new vehicles, so he can drive one of them if he needs it. If I'm not doing anything, he can drive my vehicle, if not hers. So yeah, I never lived to. You're absolutely right. Yeah, it must be an Aquarius thing. See, yeah, I'm not like that. I don't really care to like replace something that works. It's like this computer that I'm on right now is 13 years old. It's a Mac, and it's like 13 years old. It was my nephew's one, and they got a new one, and they gave me this one. I'm like, yeah, I'll take it. I don't care. And it's old, and it works perfectly fine. I come on here live, and it's clear. It's fine. It doesn't mess up, and it's in great shape. I can't complain. I'm not gonna go buy another computer if this one works. So that's how I am. I don't really. There's certain things that I just don't buy new. If it works, then then leave it. It's fine. Even my phone, I was so mad that I had to buy a new phone this year because I had the iPhone 8, and because it was such an old iPhone, now they have 15, right? Um, this year I got the 14, and the person said, "Look, you got to get a new one because the updates are not going to update your stuff anymore, and it's just you have to do the things you want to do on there. You can't. You got to get a new phone." And I was like, "All right, fuck it, I'll get a new phone." I didn't want to, but he ended up giving me the phone because I'm a long-term client and customer. He gave me the phone for like $300, brand new iPhone 14 for $300, and he gave me like a 2-year contract plan because I'm a long-term client. So I got a good deal on it, and it's a nice phone, but I don't really care as long as I can answer the phone and say hello and talk. I'm good to go because I don't really, text and like all day and shit like that. I'm not a texter. I'm a caller. You know. But hey, sometimes you gotta update things, and that's the only time I'll buy something new if I have to update something. Otherwise, that I ain't touching it. I'll leave it alone. Yeah, same here. Everybody was dissing me. I can't believe you still got an iPhone. Hey, what the hell is wrong with you? You want me to get you a phone? Are you cheap? I'm like, no, it works. The fuck am I gonna get a new phone for what? And I had to get a new phone because it wasn't updating my Instagram. And I do readings on Instagram and it wasn't giving out notifications and it was all messed up. As soon as I got the new phone, it did all these updates and it was perfectly fine. So I was like, oh well, whatever. So I pretty much I didn't have to get a new phone, but it was like it was messing around with my updates and my notifications and my emails, and they do it on purpose. They get you to buy a new phone. They do it all on purpose. That's how they are. So yeah, life. But yeah, I'm not gonna go out and buy new things unless I need it. Even today, man, I needed new slides because my other slides are all messed up. So I bought a new pair of slides. Um, I got a nice shirt because I don't have the cut that color, and I wanted to get that shirt because it was only $29. It was a good deal. Then I got a new pair of sneakers because I don't have any gray decent sneakers, so I bought a gray pair of sneakers to go with my gray stuff. And that's pretty much it. And like I said, I bought some pots and pans on a Black Friday sale. I bought pots and pans and I bought a coffee machine, things that I all need. My coffee machine is like makes all this noise. My pots and pans are old, so I got all new things that I need, which is great. I'm happy that I got it. Spent some money, and I said, "Oh well, I don't care. It's all good." And I bought my nephew's lunch today. We all went to this place, and I bought him lunch. Took them to go get their haircuts. Had a good time. Took them to their activities. Yeah, so it was all around productive, decent day. Got a lot of things done. The only crazy thing is like everything is so expensive. So like you have to buy things on deals. You just have to like bite the bullet and say, I'm gonna spend this money, but I know it's for a good cause. I know this is a sale. I have to take it now or else I'm screwed. And today when I went to the place where I bought the pots and pans from and the coffee machine, they put all the prices back up again. So you snooze, you lose. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna get this coffee machine now before it goes back up in price. I mean, I don't really need one, but I know if I get one now, I'll have it. So when the other one conks out finally, I'll have the new one already, and I'll have it for a good price. That's pretty much what I did. Yeah, necessities, pretty much. Yeah, yeah. I try to be the best uncle. I had good uncles as well, and I try. I lead by example. I had a few good uncles. I'm not gonna lie. I had great uncles, aunts, and I have my aunt, my uncle, my oldest aunt and uncle. Um, they were my godparents from birth, baptism. And they were um, they were very close with me, and they came. They were always there for me. They were like my second parents. So my uncle was always good to me. He always took care of us, gave us stuff and did things for us. So, I want to be the same. I want to do the same for my nephews because I don't have kids. So I want to do what's best for my nephews as well and show them like, hey, you can depend on your Uncle Mark, and I'll do anything for you guys, as long as you don't tear the ass out of it, and we're good. And they're good. They're good boys. All six of my nephews are good kids. Um, one, two, three. Half of them have graduated. The other one got an award. The 17-year-old, he's an Aquarius. He's my brother's youngest. He's 17, and he's gonna graduate next year in May. And he got like a lot of awards and stuff. And he like did this essay and won an award. He's really good at Spanish. He got like all sorts of like certificates and stuff at the award ceremony yesterday. So I'm proud of my nephews. They're all doing good. They all were on the not all of them, but half of them were on the honor roll. The two next door that are the youngest, they're on the honor roll like every year. They always got honors. So I'm proud of them. They won the competition. They won the volleyball competition yesterday. I watched it and it was good. I'm proud of them. They've been through a lot with the divorce and all the bullshit that they had to overcome this year. So they're happy, man. They're in good shape. I'm just glad that you know everything's working out for them. I don't want nothing to happen to them. I pray for them every day that they have a better life than me. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's all you can do. Like when you don't, sometimes you're not meant to have children, but you can be the best uncle and aunt in the world. You can be the best godfather and godmother of the world. To me, I don't care. Like I rather not have kids with. I rather have kids of a good woman than have one with a bad woman or with someone I had a one night stand with or something like that. Like fuck that. That's not my thing. But because I don't have children, I still have my nephews, and I raised all six of them. I babysat all six of them. I changed some of their diapers. I babysat them. I taught them all how to play sports. They all follow the same teams I do. They all like wear the same shit as me. They all act like me. They all idolize me. Like they always like want to do what I do. Like I would say like 10 years ago I had um all these fish tanks in here, and I used to breed fish, and like I used to be like a really into like uh really into fish and all that stuff, and saltwater fish and freshwater. And then my two oldest nephews, they got into it too because of me, and then they had all these tanks and they were like all happy. Hey Kayla, how you doing? I'm doing good, thanks. So yeah, they whatever I do, they'll do. Whatever team I support, they support. They like sports and stuff. And um, I I've given them so much things. I've given them clothes, shoes, money. I've given them presents all their like lives. So I'm constantly doing a lot for the two next door because they don't have their deadbeat dad around anymore. So I'm the one who takes care of them and makes sure they're all right. You're good. Good to hear. Glad you're good. So yeah, they I've always had a soft spot for children, and for even if it's not my child, not my nephew or not my whatever, I still love kids and I'll do anything for them. Even if it's your kids, someone else's kids, it doesn't matter. I'll always like be cool with kids, and I'll always try to be friendly to them and be good to them, lead by example. Not swear in front of them and shit like that. Like young, if they're young, I wouldn't do that. But yeah, that's how I am with children pretty much. I make sure that they have someone to look up to. Yeah, they do. They're all good. Yeah, children are innocent. There's not their fault. They're in the world. and they grow up to have, shitty parents, or they grow up in the world to have a bad environment. It's not their fault. Some of them come out of bad environments and bad places, and become famous in the world, or they become, they have a better life than their parents did. I think that 50% of the parents of the world want their kids to be better than them, and some don't. Some can't. Some put themselves in bad positions. You know, some kids have kids, but it's never the child's fault. And it's always the parents' fault to do. And always their responsibility to make sure their children. The children have no responsibility. They should have no responsibility to you. You have responsibility to them. You bring them in the world. You know? Yeah, well, sometimes the mother, if there is no dad, the mother can be the best role model for for a boy and for a children, for a child anyway. You know, sometimes they don't need a male role model because the woman has the masculine, feminine, um, qualities, and stuff like that. It's always good to have both. But when there isn't, usually a mother raises the children. To me, a mother will raise the children better than a father, but some people would debate that. But in my opinion, I've seen my friends without a dad, and the mothers did a great job. They raised a great son, a great daughter, without a dad, and vice versa. I've seen fathers who raise kids without a woman. It's life, it's the way it is. But it doesn't mean that the child is going to grow up with nothing. You know. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I agree with that. And I think that a son needs a father, and a daughter needs a mother. But when there is no hope for that, or there is no possibility of that due to death or due to some other situation, you have to make the best out of it. And I encourage all single parents to do whatever they can for their children. Fight for your kids, give them everything you can. Don't spoil them, scold them, tell them about themselves, make sure they're doing the right thing. When they get older, it's in their hands. You did your job. You know what I'm saying? And it's just the way it is. It's life. Yeah. I have my parents. I still have my parents. My dad's 80 and my mom's 78. And they raised four children. I have a brother and two sisters, two boys, two girls. And my dad wasn't always around because he was working 24/7 to put us through a good school, put my sisters through college, put a, buy a house, get a, have transportation. You know, my mom, she was a housewife, but she worked at night. So she was working 24/7 like my dad too. And the good thing is like, I have an older brother and an older sister, so they pitched in and helped, raise me and my little sister. So, we had you know, uh, a good family foundation and support of family and support, from our siblings and mom and dad. And now it's the opposite. Now my siblings, we try to help my parents as much as they can. Each of them gives a little bit. I give the most because I'm the one who wants to. It's my choice to give my parents, a good life until they pass away. And and I want to make sure that before they pass away, they know that they're taken care of. But a lot of people don't give a shit about their parents like that. They need a reality check and a reminder of who bring them in the world. But that's how my siblings are. But my younger sister and myself, we always make sure we take care of my parents. Yeah, exactly. Age of Aquarius, exactly. Better her young son have a healthy parent than one that deadbeat dad. Yep. Oh, that's what happened with my brother. He married a woman that we all knew that was crazy. He married her anyway. He had two boys. Then 5 years ago, she cheated on him, left all of them, left the boys to defend themselves with him, abandoned him, went with her boyfriend, still with him still today, and they don't say nothing to her. She's gone, does her thing. Want to be a hoe for the rest of your life? Go for it. And then this year, um, happened to my sister. Her husband abandoned all the boys and her, went to another hoe, and that's it. You make your bed, you sleep in it. Nothing lasts forever. And I hope everybody understands that nothing lasts forever. Nothing. Sometimes you think you're going to be with that person for the rest of your life. Sometimes none. Sometimes it is. But until you die, then you'll be with each other in spirit. So nothing's going to last forever, meaning in a physical world, you're not going to last forever. But in a spiritual world, you might if you're good enough and God thinks you're willing enough. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. Well, that's good. At least, your oldest helps. And, you know, yeah. Well, I tell a lot of single moms that come in here, there's tons of single moms that come in this room, and I encourage them and tell them all the time, love your children, love your child, do what's best for them and for yourself, and to heck with everybody else. Don't worry about what happened in the past. Life is life. Get over it, move on, and just show you just be there for your children. I know it's not fair. Life isn't fair. We're put on the earth to do what's best, for ourselves, not for anybody else. But, God doesn't want you to abandon your children. If you do, He's going to abandon you and you're going to hell. Believe that. Hey, Milk Tea, how you doing? You know, children are innocent. You bring them into the world, you take care of them. If you don't, well, the devil's going to take care of you. It's simple. You don't believe it? Just wait in line. You'll be in line for that. Trust me when I tell you. And there's a lot of things that people say, but it's up to you to better your life. It's don't blame life, blame the way you live it. And that's how I always look at it. Yeah, but they go through things. One of my good friends committed suicide in March, and it was the worst news that I can possibly hear because I just saw him a couple days before he hung himself, and he had two beautiful daughters, a beautiful wife. His daughter was about to have her first son, which is going to be his grandson. He had a business, he had everything going for him, but we never know what really goes through that person's mind. And he had some bad luck for like a whole 2 months. He had a lot of bad luck. A lot of things went wrong with business, with his employees, and he just couldn't take it. He didn't know how he was going to cope with it. And 90% of his family was already passed away. And next thing you know, I get a phone call saying that he hung himself. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. This can't be true. You guys don't fuck around. And I had just spoke to him 3 days prior, and he looked perfectly fine. But yeah, it's something that I don't condone anybody to do, but I can tell you what to do. You do whatever you want. But taking your life is one of the worst things you can do. and leave everybody behind to defend themselves when you should be there to help. But it's too late now. You're gone, you're gone. Anything that you can do is be there for them in spirit and try to help. But it's tough. I can never do that. There's always a way, there's always a better way, a better decision than taking your own life. I don't believe in that at all. And when I talk to spirit that have taken their life, I don't look at them different. I just say, you did what you did at the time. I know you regret it. I know you wish you could take it back. But in that moment, we never know what goes through people's lives. We don't know people's lives like that. These people can have a fucked up life, and you don't know that. You know exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's sad. You know. Yeah, exactly. Because they just want to get away from the physical pain and the physical emotional distress that they're going through. They can't handle it. Some people get pressured too much, and they're like, the easy way out is to kill myself and just say goodbye to everybody in my mind, and that's it. They'll be fine without me. I left them with this, I left them with that. And some people say, fuck it, I don't even care, I'm gone. I'm had enough. A lot of people can't handle the pressure. They can't handle like life. But even if they get help, it's still up to them. They make the decision. Unfortunately, you know, even if you stop them, they can still do it again. And a lot of people don't like to lose. See, when they lose a battle, or they have no way out, or they feel like a certain way, they want to just give up because they don't know how they're going to get over what they dealt with. Yeah, like you said, in that moment they don't know any other way. But I wish, one of my biggest wishes was is to like stop anybody from doing that. And I tell people, if you ever want to do that, come talk to me. Please don't do that shit. Don't ever take your life. Your life is not worth taking because of what you've gone through, or what someone did to you. There's always a way out. You can always get yourself into a better state of mind. You just have to understand that you can do it. You can resolve things. You can make life better. You just have to put your faith in God and in yourself, and you'll be fine. But you need people to like encourage you or to tell you that. So do it. Like I had one of my best friends and my cousin. He wanted to kill himself a few times, and I stopped him twice. I was like, "What the fuck are you thinking, man? Are you crazy? No, man, don't do that shit. Like, fuck, no way, don't do that over some damn woman. Are you crazy?" And then he ended up a couple years later. He stayed single. He had a vendetta against women. He hated all women because of what they did, what this one woman did to him. And I said, "Look, man, you'll be fine." And now he's with somebody and has been with somebody for years now. And he's fine. And I'm sure he must look back and say, thank God Mark stopped me, and thank God Mark encouraged me not to, because look, I'm fine now. And we don't even speak anymore, to be honest, because he feels, embarrassed. And I told him, I said, you feel whatever way you want, bro. I'm not gonna go around and tell nobody that shit, or look at you different. You're fine now. That's all that matters. Yeah, it doesn't make sense, but it's. I always tell people, you never know what someone goes through. Everybody's different. Everybody has a different mindset, different mentality. People go through some very, very hard times, and you don't know what it's like to go through what they're going through because you've never experienced what they've gone through. So I can't speak for my friend that killed himself this year. I can't speak for him because I don't know what it's like to be married with two kids and have, you know, a multi-million-dollar property and a decent business and, about to have a grandson on the way. I don't know what that's like. I don't know what it's like to have employees that get sick and your business is going, back to shit because you don't have your employees and everything's going nuts and you're having all this bad luck. I don't know what that's like. So I can't speak for him. I can't say, oh, I did it and you blah blah blah. What he went through is what he went through. He never did no wrong to me. And I know and I'm upset that he did that. But like I said, I can't change it now. I wish I would have saw him, you know, trying to do it so I can stop him. But what's the sense? He might do it the next day. It's nothing you can do. When somebody has their mind set on something, they're gonna do it, whether you like it or not. And it's sad, but if some people can be saved, save them. If they can't be saved, then they have to save themselves. And eventually, I'll be talking to them in spirit, either way. And throughout my 4 years on here, a lot of the readings I've done, people have committed suicide and people have taken their lives. And it's sad, but I don't look at them different. It's what they wanted to do, it's their choice. They have free will. But you have to answer to God, not to me. That's why it's not for me to judge them of what they went through. Me personally, I would never do that. Yeah. Well, at least you tried and you had to do what you had to do. But he's always gonna do whatever he wants. Yeah. I mean, I like I said, I stopped my cousin from killing himself. I've stopped a lot of people. I've been in the right place in the right time for a lot of people in the past. Um, and sometimes on here, I don't realize it sometimes, but I help a lot of people, even if they're not saying anything or they're just listening. And they hear my words or they hear my advice or my opinion, and they're like, you know what? That's a good way to look at it. Or hey, you're right, or whatever. Or hey, I've been through that. I know that too, or I know what you mean. So it's like it's nice to have like-minded people or like-minded situations where you know that you did all you can. It's up to the person to do the rest now. But we've all been through like a bad time in our lives where we think about, what? Maybe I should take my life. Fuck it. That's the easy way out. Everybody's done it, you know? Everybody's thought about it once or twice and they probably said, you know what? I don't even want to be in this fucking world anymore. I have nothing to give this world. I don't even want to be here. Fuck it. I'm just this. That's my easiest way out. But me, my mentality is always finding a solution. I don't want an easy way out. I actually pray to God and tell him to keep me on the earth so I can help people. And when I'm ready, I'll tell him. But who am I to say, who am I to tell him that? But at least I suggested it. I say, hey, look, you want me to be on the earth to be an example? I'll be your example. I'll take that initiative to be an example for you. And I'm not going to take my life. And I'm going to try to help everybody I can that you send to me. I'll help them. But remember, I'm just like you. They have free will. We can help, We'll give them faith and we'll give them an option and we'll give them some solutions, but still up to them. Yeah, absolutely. That's how I look at it, milk tea. Yeah, absolutely. Yep, absolutely. I believe that. And I want to be that. Yeah, I remember. I remember. I actually talk about that reading many times. 'Cause that reading I did for you was one of the very first ones I done, where it was, on here. I mean, that was one of the first mediumship readings that I done, and there was a lot. There was a good bit of people listening to that day, and that day woke up a lot of people and made people realize that people do this. It's fucked up, but it's life. Sometimes you can't get away from it. Everybody knows somebody who's took their life. Everybody knows someone that's passed away. Everybody knows someone that's died of cancer or diseases. You know? Yeah, of course, it always does. Mediumship and spirit and things like that is beyond real, beyond a reality that people don't even understand. And or because that person is not in a physical form, it doesn't mean that they're gone. They're in a spiritual form, which is the highest form and highest power of a person that of what they can be. Your physical form is just you, but your soul and your spirit is beyond what your physicality is. It's what you become forever, you know? And I tell people that spirit is the most powerful realm in the world because there's more dead people than living. And who do you praise? Who do you talk to? God, right? Jesus. They're spirits. Some people talk to the devil. All spirits, bad, good, evil, kind, nice. They're all the same, just like human beings, just like physical forms. They're all the same, in that way. They're all in a category. It's just that one form is more powerful than the other. That's just my opinion. That's what I believe. Now, it's up to you to believe whatever you want. I'm not going to try to convince anybody to believe that, but that's what I believe. That's my perception of what I've known and what I've learned in the past umpteen years. Take it or leave it. But I give myself to God all the time because He's done a lot for me. He's put me where I am today. I never wanted to come on here and do this, but He put me here. And lately He's been telling me come here, not God Himself, but I don't think we're that privileged to talk to Him like that. But Spirit's been in my ear constantly and saying to me, go online. These people need you. I'm like, all right, I'll come online even though I don't want to sometimes. Because I want to live my life and do other things. I don't really, want to be here every single day doing the same thing. But I know people need me, and I know that's what I'm here for, and that's what I'm gonna do. And sometimes I like to just talk and have conversation, do whatever, have explain things. Sometimes people like to vent and talk, and that's cool. Oh, absolutely, absolutely, Age of Aquarius. That's very good to do. It's real. It's life. It's definitely true. And spirits always, there's a saying that says God can see and hear things you can't. And that's true. But see, God God is everything. See, so he because he's the highest power, he sends spirit to us. He sends all our past loved ones to us. Your mom, your dad, your sisters, your brothers, your aunties, your uncles, your ancestors, your pets, anybody who knew you when you were alive and now they're dead, they're a part of your spiritual army. They were a part of your life. Good ones, the bad ones. You just select the ones you want to talk to, select the ones you love and care about and trust the most. And if you tell them to help you, they will help you. But you can't sit on a couch and say, okay, please help me, blah, 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 and then go do some dumb shit and expect them to be like, well, you got to do your part, bro. You think you're just gonna sit here on a couch and we're gonna magically lift you up and put you on a fucking magic carpet and take you through life? No, it don't work that way. But if you want a spiritual army to help you and protect you and nudge you in the right way, then that's what you need to do. You need to talk to them every day and acknowledge them. And if you don't, then you're not gonna get no results. Believe me. And I pray to God and Jesus, and I pray every day. I know they hear me, but at the end of the day, they do their part. They send spirit to me. They send people to me. They send everything, you know. Right, exactly. But people like Star that know me, she's only gonna refer me to people because she trusts me, you know. And I've known her for a good bit of time now. I've known her for like maybe 5, 6 years, and I met her in another person's chat room, and she's a good person, you know. She doesn't have to recommend me to anybody, but she does, and I appreciate her for that. And as you saw that day when I read for her with her brother, it was absolutely amazing. It was a blessing to read spirit that is so powerful and so grateful. But see, a lot of people don't really care to believe or to like receive that message. Some people are scared. Some people are like, this can't be true. I was the biggest doubter in the world. Trust me. I never believed in none of this shit because it don't make no I mean, it's not shit, but you know, I never believed in it. I was like, yeah, I'm hearing shit. You know, I'm probably high or something. You know, I'm like, yeah, I'm hearing shit. I ain't. This ain't real. I can't be hearing spirit talking to me. This is just bullshit. I must be hallucinating. Or it took me a long time to like accept what I have and why I have it and what my whole purpose to do it for. And obviously, I know now that it's meant to for me to do, and I have to do it. I don't have to, but I actually love doing it now because it makes me happy to know that it's real. Because people always portray like it's not. But see, there's good and bad people everywhere you go. So there's good and bad mediums. There's good and bad psychics. There's good and bad friends. Good and bad in every category in the world. So you got to pick and choose what you have, and you meet people that are going to be in your life for a reason or for a season, for years, for months, for days, for hours. Everybody comes into your life for a reason. You're going to find people, you're going to talk to people. It's just life. I've met wonderful people on here, really good people. Some of them I'm gone. I haven't seen them ever since, and that's life. I don't care. People come and go. It's billions of people in the world, so you're gonna encounter many people, and I've encountered thousands of people on here, and I've helped thousands of people, and thousands of people have helped me. I'm not just the one helping; people actually help me too. People help me believe in myself. People made me believe that I was worth helping myself. People were made me feel like I was worth this. Like people showed me what self love was. People showed me what self-confidence is. People showed me that, you know, the more helpful I was, the more gratitude I was given and shown. So people that came on here for the past 4 years I've been on here made me who I am today. Made me believe more in myself. So I know I can come here with the ultimate confidence of getting a message for you that will mean something. No, it's not milk tea. That's all bullshit, to be honest. On TikTok, it's absolutely ridiculous right now. The amount of people that do spells, and it's all bullshit. It doesn't work. That shit's just a scam to make money off of. And if people are gullible enough to believe that, these people are actually putting guarantees on their spells, and that ain't no guarantee. I'll tell you what happens. And I explained this the other day. A lot of psychics everywhere, what they do, right? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I still have all of them. Um, I always made things fun, you know? Yes, I do things spiritually, but I like to do fun things too. And spirit allows me to do that. But the thing I explain a lot about psychics is this. If you come across a psychic that says they can do a spell and it's guaranteed, all you gotta do is give them this money, blah blah blah. You know what's gonna happen? You're gonna give them that money. They're gonna do a spell, and when nothing happens, which you will guarantee nothing will happen. And after the date is gone, they're gonna say, "Well, look, there's a blockage here, so you need to give me another $20, and I'll do another spell for you, and we'll be fine after that." So if you keep believing the bullshit, you're gonna keep paying for bullshit. And in the end, when you keep questioning that person, that psychic that's doing the spells that ain't working, they're gonna say, "Look, I can't help you no more." Yeah, but I paid you to do a service. What the hell? Hey Nina, how are you, sweetie? And then they're gonna block you and delete you. But guess what? They got your money, and you got nothing because you were dumb enough to do it. See, we all been through it. Well, it's all fake reviews, pretty much, or they're in cahoots together, making money off of those reviews and those feedbacks. A lot of that. If let me tell you something, if that shit was true, if that it was true, if it was true, spells work and all that, then the people who do it are actually like kabillionaires, and they're gonna be world renowned, and they're gonna everybody. I'm yet to have somebody come to me and say, "Hey, Mark, I know this woman or I know this man that does spell work. You need to go see them because they made my life change within 2 days. All they did was some bullshit spell, and I'm good to go." I'm yet to hear that of a person who actually does it for real and has that happen. Oh, it's snowing over there? Oh, hell no. No, here, enjoy the snow, but over here there's no snow. It's nice. It's nice today. It's actually like 66 degrees. I have my door open. It's nice and breezy. You said there's a Mark Twain quote. There are two important dates: the day that you were born and the day you find out why. Exactly. Yeah, that's true. Age of Aquarius. The thing is, it's not for everybody, but I'm not a believer of spells and things like that. That's to me, that's bullshit. And to me, you're manipulating life. You're manipulating someone's life. You're rearranging someone's path, and that's not good because that spell might work for that thing that you want. But what happens when it fails? You know? Exactly. It's taking advantage. It's manipulating your life. You can't do that. And if it does work, right? It's probably like the luck of the draw, or you actually are, it actually was meant to happen at the time, but who says it's gonna last? If if spells were real, then we wouldn't have no divorce. We'd have a perfect world. We'd have perfect marriages. We'd have perfect everything. And everybody will be happy if spells worked. Am I right or am I wrong? You know? That shit to me is hilarious. It's wrong, but it's hilarious when I see these women on TikTok with these two matches and they say, oh, you're twin flame this and twin flame bullshit that. And then the other day I saw somebody come in there and say, oh, I got this candle from you from 7 days ago and nothing's going on. And she's like, oh, well, you have to be patient, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, you told me in 3 days it's guaranteed. And I paid you like $50. Like you're a fake ass bitch. And then the woman was like, I'm deleting you. You're a pain in the ass and blah, blah, blah. You just don't have patience. And then she scams somebody else. And that's what they do. But see, they're not going to really get in trouble for that because they put the headline in there saying this is for entertainment purposes only. You know, so when you say this is for entertainment purposes only, that covers you for doing bullshit. You too, Kayla. It's good seeing you. Take care. Yeah, absolutely, Nina. I agree. Listen to your gut. Yeah. If you listen to your gut and you believe yourself, then you won't have a problem. Because every time you believe in yourself and have faith, you're making the right decision, it will be. There was a woman that I know, and a while back she did all these spells. And I had to I had to disconnect myself from her. And I was like, yeah, this is gonna get me in trouble if I'm seeing talking to this woman, they're gonna think that I encourage this type of behavior. And she did some spells for people that I knew, and they all came to me and said, Mark, you were right. This shit didn't work. And I paid her $50 for this shit. I did what she told me, and none of it worked. Then she went missing for a while, and now she's on other platforms and she's like, she deletes people that come in her room and talk shit to her. So I'm like, well, nothing to do with me. I said, well, I tell you guys, I don't believe in it. I don't care what she does. I don't care what anybody does. You do whatever you want in your room and your time to whoever you want. But my opinion is all of that stuff is bullshit. It's just a money making scam. And people make money off it because people are gullible. They're desperate. I'm sure somebody probably said, yeah, I'm going to can you do a spell? I love Mark. I want Mark to be my man. Yeah. You can go get the highest form of spell you want. If I don't want you, woman, I don't want you. I don't give a shit about your damn spell. That spell ain't gonna mean nothing to me. It ain't gonna do nothing to me to get me to love you or like you or date you or be with you. You're wasting your money. If you want to go get a spell on me, you're wasting your time and your energy and your money. Save yourself. I'm not the one. I'd say about maybe 3 years ago, I had a woman come in here. She said that she was a witch. And she said to me, oh, I'm going to curse you and your dog. And, you guys are going to have a bad life. And I'm going to do all this bad shit to you. And I'm like, yeah, okay, sweetheart, you do that. I said, as you're doing your rituals and your spell, something's going to happen to you. And I'm not putting it on you, but whatever you try to do to me is coming back to you. You know that, right? You ever heard return to the sender? So because you put your mouth on it and you're trying to hurt someone who God blesses, now you're going to get what God curses, and that's going to be you. And you know what happened to this lady? She fell down a flight of stairs and broke her leg and broke her ribs. And my friend told me, hey, you know that woman that came in here? She was on her channel. She was all fucked up a week later after she said that shit to you. And I said, yeah, imagine she probably said that shit to a lot of people, not just me. But see what happened to her? Her spells made her fall down a flight of steps and break her leg and her fucking ribs. That's what you get, you dumbass. Fuck you think you are? you know? And I'll never forget that as long as I live. And I said, see, you play around, you get karma. Stop doing dumb shit like that and live your life. You know? Live good and good things will happen. Be good, good things will happen. Believe in God and God will take care of you. Believe in spirit and spirit will do something for you. Believe in yourself and you'll be okay. That's my advice. Yeah. I never heard of her ever since. My friend, one of my psychic friends, I still talk to her till today. We actually had a good laugh about that the other day. We shouldn't have laughed about it, but we did. We were like, yeah, remember she said that to you? I'm like, yeah, I know. Well, she tried to curse me too, Mark. I said, I know, but look what happened to her. You ain't heard of her since. She probably feels like an idiot. But it happens to a lot of people. A lot of bad people get their karma. And my mom always says, you pay here before you go. And if you don't pay for your crimes and your errors and your mistakes here on earth, then you better pray wherever you're going, you don't pay double, tenfold. And usually you will. You're going to burn somewhere in a hole. And I believe that more now than ever. It will. Let me tell you, Age of Aquarius, every time I read that word, a narcissistic, manipulative son of a bee, I never used to like that word, narcissistic behavior. I thought it was another name for a piece of shit, which it is, right? But it's the proper word for someone who's like that, you know. My brother-in-law is like that. He's like a lying narcissist. See, there's different type of narcissist. You called your ex a narcissistic, manipulative son of a bitch. Now, my brother-in-law, he's a lying narcissistic asshole. That's his title. So we can have different labels for different people. But he's a big time narcissist. And guess what? He's getting karma right now. Every day for what he's doing to his children, his wife, his ex-wife, which is my sister, me. You know, he looks like a complete clown. So people get that karma. Just, you know, you don't have to wish it on them. You can, but it ain't gonna happen right away. But be assured that God's got him on the list. You know, yeah. Pathological liar, yeah. That's my brother-in-law. He does that. You know, he's definitely a liar. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you know what I say? Liars have no proof. And that's pretty much what I tell everybody. If somebody comes to me and says, hey, your brother-in-law said this about you, that about you, I'm like, well, tell him, get some proof. Tell him, prove what he says about me is true. If he proves to you and to me what he says about me is true, then we could talk. But until that day, everything he says is a lie. Even when he's telling the truth, it's still a lie. Because you'll never know when this guy is telling the truth. And even if he is, who cares? He's got to tell the truth sometimes to make you think that he's telling the truth every other time. You know? But like I tell people all the time, you're going to talk shit about me, prove it. Prove it. If you can prove that I'm lying, then prove it. If not, then just, you know, go about your business and shut your mouth. That's it. When I deal with liars, I prove that they're lying. And that's why they hate me, because I prove that they're lying. But you can't prove that. You can't prove nothing about me because I'm not lying. I'm going to tell the truth, and I always do. Of course, because you expose their lies and they don't like that. See, because they've already tried to convince everybody else. They're convenient people. A lot of people in this world are convenient liars. They lie when it's convenient for them, to people, to others, to themselves. And I don't know how the hell they remember their lies. I really don't. That's what gets me. How could you remember all these lies you tell to different people? I honestly, I'm at the age where I don't. It doesn't bother me as much as it used to. Like I will react when someone lies about me. Now I just laugh and I just say, "Well, where's your proof?" I act like a judge. Where's your proof? I act like a lawyer. Where's your proof? That's how I act now. Like, well, where's your proof? You know, I'm not guilty. I'm not guilty of anything you're saying. Yeah, I'm bothered. Yeah, there's tons of words we can say, but like I feel like I'm a judge sometimes. Well, where's your proof? If not, you're going to jail in my mind. You're nobody in my mind if you can't prove what you're saying about me is true. Yeah, I love every minute of it. To be honest, I live for it. I live to prove a liar wrong and to prove that someone's lying. I live for that. I love it. I love to call out a liar, make them look stupid, and I will have proof that they're lying. And that's why they hate my guts and they don't really fuck with me no more. But my brother-in-law, he's a delusional one. He's one of those narcissistic people who, you know, that always lies and he says all this shit about me and then people are like, all right there, buddy, we know who Mark is and you can't lie because we know Mark's doing this and we see Mark doing that. So why would you lie about it? And if you are lying, like I really don't give a fuck what you're talking about. Hey Hermana, how you doing? You ready to tie him up to the palm tree with me? I need you to hold him in place while I duct tape him to the palm tree. You don't mind holding him, do you? All I need you to do is hold a frying pan and tell him if he moves, you're gonna knock his ass out. And then just when I go to the truck and get the duct tape, I'm just gonna duct tape him up, and then you can knock him out afterwards with the frying pan. You help me, Hermana? Exactly, Age of Aquarius. I agree. That's why a lot of people trust me because I have no reason to lie. And if I'm lying to you, it's because you lied to me first. So I'm going to give you your own medicine. That's the only time I lie. Is if I know you're lying to me and I catch you, I'm going to lie right back to you. And you're going to be like, that fucker lied to me too. Shit, I shouldn't have lied to him. He got me. You're damn right. I'm going to lie to you too. So you can get your own taste of your own medicine to what it feels like to be lied to. Then you won't do it no more. When you want the truth, you know who I am. Fuck you. No, nobody does. You know how many people have come to me, and you know what? That's absolutely right. What you just said right there is what I just told my friend yesterday. I was talking to this guy. He's a friend of mine, and I said to him, "Do you know what? He's lost all his credibility. He had credibility at one point with people, but when you keep telling lies and lies, and then you see the things that he's lying about, and you say, he said that Mark was doing that, but Mark, look at Mark, he's right. What the fuck? Oh, he said his ex-wife was doing this, but she isn't. She's right here. He said that his boys were doing blah blah blah, but this guy's lying. So you lose your credibility, you lose your respect, and people are like, every time you talk, people are like, yeah, whatever, fuck you, I ain't listening to your lies, yo. Hey, sweetheart, how you doing? How was your Thanksgiving? But yeah, I mean, this is what I explain to everybody. If someone's lying and you know they're lying, don't get upset. I know it's hard not to, but don't get upset because that's who that person is. They have no credibility. They have no respect for themselves. They have no respect for you for lying to you. So when you get lied to, don't take that lie as like a little white lie or whatever they call it. You take that lie and you say, never again will I hear another lie from your fucking mouth. I'm done. When somebody lies to you, you never give them another chance. And that's my opinion. And that's why when people lie to me, I don't even entertain them no more. If I know you're lying for sure and I have proof, I will never speak to you again. I have nothing for you. You ain't nobody to be in my airspace or in my company, nothing. Go away. That's one thing I hate. I literally hate in this world is a liar. Because that pisses me off. Like, why would you lie to me? And what's wrong with you just telling me the truth? Is that so hard to tell me the truth? What's so wrong? What's so hard about that? Lying is worse because then you're gonna lose me as a friend. You're gonna lose me as a person, but obviously you don't care about that. And who am I, right? Okay, well you'll find out. And I tell people you'll fucking need me before I need you. I will guarantee you that. You know? Oh right, yeah, I forgot. You're not in the States. My bad. Well, I'm glad you had one anyway. I'm glad you had a good one anyway. Yeah, here in Bermuda, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving because it's an American holiday. We're British. You know, we don't celebrate the turkeys. You know, but yeah, we still, you know, some people here celebrate it, but not me. I could care less. Um, I'll eat turkey whenever the hell I want. You caught a liar about 3 weeks ago, closed the person off, said a prayer to God, and handle their ass. Yeah, that's all you got to do. That's what I've been saying all this time. Yeah, you're Canadian and a Gemini. See, that's double good. That's double the fun. Absolutely, 100% no chances for liars. Nope. Hell no. Well, you know what, Ilda? You know, that's how people are. People are gonna lie, and that's it. Absolutely, I agree, Amy. Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, Hermana. Yes, I remember. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I keep telling everybody. I encourage everyone to try not to get mad and just let it go and let God deal with them. 'Cause I know it's hard because sometimes you want to like punch him in the mouth or you want to get violent or you want to like wish him the worst. But God hears and sees what we don't. And so that's why that person ends up getting karma. That's why that person ends up having a bad time because they deserve it. You know, and it's sad that people will destroy their lives because of lies. And in the Bible it says God hates liars. So why would you do it? You won't be forgiven. Trust me. That shit, once you do all that shit, ain't no turning back, man. You know? That's one thing I learned through my lifetime is why lie when you can just tell the truth and get it over with and you ain't gotta remember no lies. And I dealt with a lot of liars in my lifetime, and now I don't. You lie to me once, that's it. I'm done. I'm not dealing with you no more. It will never happen again. Yep, exactly. Yeah, they believe their own lies anyway. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. When they lie to your face, they're treating you like you're stupid. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And that's why you can lie to me to my face on here or wherever you want. I will know when you're lying. I'm like a built-in. I have a built-in lie detector, so I know when you're lying. Hey Ninja, how you doing? How's it going? Yep, it's something that is never going to be in my around me is a liar. I can't handle that. And if you got to defend yourself to a liar, you're wasting your time, because that person's never going to admit the truth, and they're going to drive you nuts. They're going to drive you nuts. And I've put myself in a better state of mind. I'm doing good, Ninja. All's good. We're here talking about liars. But for instance, my brother-in-law, ever since him and my sister have divorced, he goes around lying about us all the time. And he's doing it to get a reaction out of us. Because if he gets us to react, then we look guilty. We look like he's actually telling the truth. Because when you lie about somebody, right, and that person goes and beats the shit out of you, or they confront you, or they do something, it makes you look guilty because you're defending yourself. And that person will be like, yeah, the reason why they hit me and the reason why they fucking slapped me is because they don't want me to tell the truth about them. So that's gonna infuriate you even more. You see what I'm saying? So I had to learn that, and I think a lot of people have to learn that about liars. So what I did during this divorce, when he lied about me and stuff, like every time, I just read, the things he said or heard the things he said, and I just laugh. And I'll be like, well, when you see him again, tell him to prove what he's saying about me is true. And I guarantee you will never get that proof, because it doesn't exist. Because that lie only exists in his mind, not mine. Because I know who I am. I know what the deal is. So you can say whatever you want, bro. You can talk about me until the day you die. But without proof, you are a liar. And with proof, you have credibility and you're trustworthy. So I know what category I'm in. And I know what category you're in. And that's all that matters. Oh, hell no, milk tea, no. But that's why they lie to you the first time and then tell you the truth the next time, to confuse you and to manipulate you to being confused with their mentality of, I can make this person, I can get what I want from this person now because I told the truth. You see, there's two different types, of liars. There's the ones that lie all the time, and there's ones that lie and tell the truth, but they're still liars. Once you tell a lie, you're a lie. You're a liar. Doesn't matter if you tell the truth afterwards, you're still a fucking liar. Hi, Sophia. Yeah, they're in the big red category, big flag. Silence is better than bullshit. That's what I say every day. That's why I keep quiet now. And my brother-in-law must be driving himself crazy. He must be like, I'm trying to rile Mark up. I'm trying to get him to react. I'm lying about him every day, but he won't react. He's quiet. I don't understand why this guy hasn't beat the shit out of me yet. He would have done it back then. But why isn't he doing it now? He must be really bothered. He must not get no sleep at night saying, what more can I say about this guy to get him to react? So that way I look like the victim. But see, I'm not going to react because I don't care what you say. You have no credibility. You're nothing to me. It's okay, bro. Keep lying. You keep doing you. And I'm going to stay over here and laugh. Me and God and Spirit are going to laugh our asses off and watch you disintegrate every day. And we're just going to keep laughing at you because you actually make us laugh. You look like the clown in the circus of lies. Exactly. And that hole that they dig, they're going to hell because that's where they all belong. So being that we're talking about lies a lot, I have my Oracle deck here, and it's got a lot of cards in here that talk about liars. So Age of Aquarius, Milk Tea, Ilda, all you guys in here, Ninja. If you guys want a card, I'll give you one. Let's see what comes out in the Oracle deck tonight. All right. So, Age of Aquarius, your card is I listen to others without judgment. And it's two ladies, and they're drinking tea or coffee, and one's looking at the other and like, yeah, I'm getting the tea right now. And it says all people have the right to believe whatever they want to believe. They have the right to say whatever they want to say. Instead of judging what people say, I listen and show my respect. So there you go. No matter what, you're like, yep, okay, I hear you. I got you. Whatever. All right. Milk Tea, you're next. All right. Milk Tea, your card is I am the artist of my own life. And this says, words are my paintbrush and my life is the canvas. What I paint with my words is the way I see myself, the way I see my entire reality. What I paint is my life, and how it looks depends on how I use my word. Amen. Yes, I do too. I love these cards. It's like one of my favorite decks. All right. Ilda, you're next. Ilda. Absolutely, Milk Tea. All right, Ilda, your card is I surrender to life. This card says everything in life is just the way it is. And because I accept everything as it is, I don't worry about anything. I surrender to the force of life that's flowing through my body and my mind. The way of being, it's being life. These cards are hilarious. They're so like perfectly written out. It's all like it all rhymes and it's all like the perfect sayings. It's hilarious. You're welcome. Ninja, you're next. All right, Ninja, your card is today is the day of my last judgment. And this says, today is the very last day I judge either myself or anybody else. It's the day that I accept myself just the way I am. I accept everybody just the way they are. The reward is my internal happiness. I tell people that all the time. Don't worry about what people do and say. Just worry about yourself and you'll be happy. Exactly, because you're retiring and you don't give a shit about anybody because you're retiring. Just leave you in peace. That's all. Absolutely. All right. If I missed anybody, let me know. I'm going to give myself a card now. I've been a good boy, so I think I deserve a card. See what Spirit has for me. Okay. You're welcome. All right. My card is self judgments are not the truth. This card says everything I believe about myself is because I learned it. Every judgment is just an opinion and a point of view, and that point of view wasn't there when I was born. Oh my God, that's so hilarious. Everything I believe about myself is because I learned it. Every judgment is just an opinion and a point of view, and that point of view wasn't there when I was born. Yeah, damn right it wasn't. I had to learn everything because everybody was fucking lying to me. And I had to figure it out on my own, damn it. It wasn't there when I was born. When I was born, it was on a Sunday, and everybody was at church. Said anybody who's born today is a good man, a good person. See, I end up learning about lies and about people and about all sorts of shit. My opinions and point of views are all things I learned. Absolutely. Thank you, Jesus. And I'm gonna do a collective card. I haven't done that in a long, long time. So I'm gonna pull a card for all of us, what all of us need to know as a collective. All right. I haven't done this shit in a long time. Usually I used to do collective ones, but no, I haven't done it in a long time. But I just feel like we all need to hear a message. Me, I'm February 6th. February 6th. All right. Okay. So all of us, this is our message. This is our message as a collective. Oh, you're in February too? Cool. This is for all of us. Everything I need is within me. If you look at this card, there's the sky, the moon, the stars, the clouds, the grass, the trees, the flowers. It's us. We're everything. Water. And this card says, I don't have to search for the truth. I am the truth. I don't have to search for perfection. I am perfection. I don't have to search for happiness. I am happiness wherever I am. I don't think so. I know I have some things on there, Oda. There is some things on there that I did update, but I have to check it. I haven't seen it in a while, to be honest. Uh, but I will update it though. I will update it. I was actually on there today looking at some stuff, some Black Friday sales and all that Cyber Monday shit. Yeah. Yeah. So that is a card for all of us. That was our message. We are the truth. We are our own happiness. We are perfection. We are perfect in our own minds. Okay, Harmona, thanks. I appreciate that. I will update it. Yes, because I know people will be asking me soon. It's a month today before a month left before Christmas. My sister put her tree up today, and I was like, "Really?" She's like, "Shut up! I don't care. It's a month before Christmas." And I'm like, "Look, man, take that damn tree down. It's too early for that shit." She's like, "Oh, shut up! It's my tree." I'm like, all right, you're right. It's your tree. You go ahead, do what you want with it. And I saw my neighbor taking her tree out of her car. And I'm like, really, you guys are really putting up your damn trees this early? People are like, I'm been at my tree up. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Yeah. See, there you go. See, she decided to put it up before Thanksgiving. Yeah, we can do a palm tree. There you go. That sounds great. I don't want no Christmas tree. I want that palm tree because I might have to tie somebody up to it very shortly. There you go, Aquarius. Yeah, it's getting maximum joy from the decorations. That's a good way to put it. My sister bought decorations, right? When we went to the grocery store, they had all these decorations on sale. She bought all new decorations for her tree. And then she says, I'm sick and tired of seeing these decorations here. I'm gonna go put my tree up. So she asked me to go get the tree. Then me and my nephew bring it inside. And when she came home from work, she started putting the lights on and all sorts of shit. And I'm like, really, man? I said, it's a month away. You guys ruined Christmas, man. Christmas is supposed like you're supposed to put the tree up like a couple days before. Take that shit down on New Year's, man. I don't want that damn thing in the house all that time. You're wasting electricity. Save lights. Save your energy. Right about that damn tree. I don't want to sound like the Grinch, but I just think people tear the ass out of Christmas a little bit too much. I'm not really like a Christmas lover. I like Christmas, obviously, I like getting gifts and I like, the whole family thing. But like the tree and the lights and all that crazy ass shit, that's a little bit too much. Especially like a whole month before. You're like, I gotta look at this shit for a whole month and another couple weeks after Christmas. Come on, man. Come on, please, no, don't do it. I have a small fake tree, like a small little one that I have in the background with the lights. I'll put it up probably next week. I like to start on December 1st. So I have it for like the whole 25 days, the whole month maybe. So I don't be like, the Grinch or a party pooper, whatever you want to call me. But honestly, one of the best Christmases I've had was last Christmas. Last Christmas was probably one of the best Christmases I've had in a long, long time. All my nephew was there. Yeah, Mr. Scrooge. Yeah. All my nephews were at Christmas at my sister's house. We had Christmas at my sister's house last year, and we played volleyball. We watched sports on TV, and we had good food. We had good conversations. Everybody was happy. It was like one of the best Christmases ever. I haven't had a good one like that in a long time. But one of the best Christmases I've ever had was when all six of my nephews were like under the age of 10, and I watched them all open up the gifts and they were so excited, and like that to me is Christmas. Because when I was young, every time I opened up a damn gift, it wasn't no fucking toy. It was a sweater to go, it was an ugly ass sweater to go to church, or a shirt to go to church, or anything to do with going to church for midnight mass. Where the fuck's my toy, mom? What happened to Santa Claus? That fucker didn't come down the chimney and give me a Hot Wheels car or a fucking Nintendo or something. What the hell's wrong with this idiot? I never believed in Santa Claus because I never got what the fuck I wanted. I bought my own shit. I started getting my own money and buying my own damn gifts. And then somebody told me, look, Mark, Santa Claus is fake. That's all bullshit. Your parents are buying those gifts. I was like, I don't know. I don't know what to believe anymore. And then at one point in time, I was like, you know what? I'm buying my own shit. Fuck Santa Claus. I used to do that shit all the time. People used to get mad at me. My siblings used to get mad at me because I used to tell them that Santa Claus is fake. He said, "Oh, Santa Claus is coming tonight." I said, "Santa Claus ain't coming to Bermuda. He don't even know where the hell Bermuda is. How the hell is he gonna come here? There's no snow here." And they're like, "Shut up! Don't ruin Christmas for them." I'm like, "Look, let me tell you a story, okay? Santa Claus didn't give me shit. Okay, Santa Claus ain't real. He don't come to Bermuda. It's too hot for him. He's in that fucking suit. He's gonna be dying. There's rain there. And they go out and, and they ain't coming to no hot ass Bermuda on no Christmas. You crazy? Mark, don't tell him that shit. Don't lie to them. I ain't lying. Santa Claus is fake, and he don't come down no damn chimney. That's all bullshit. They used to get mad at me. And then after a while, they used to say, "Oh, Uncle Mark, I'm glad you told us the truth." When I gave him a gift, I said, "Look, I bought this gift for you. This is from me. And it ain't for no damn Santa Claus. There was shit about him." Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And he ain't coming to Bermuda. I tell you that right now. I never seen his eyes in the Bermuda. No, there's no snow in Bermuda. Nope. On Christmas Day, last Christmas, it was like 68 degrees, 70 degrees. We were out there sweating, playing volleyball on the lawn. We were all like, drinking water, and we were all like having a great time. The weather was beautiful last Christmas. We had such a great time. It doesn't snow here. It doesn't get cold here in December. Our coldest month is January and February, but the coldest it gets is like 50s, and that's only like for a day or two. It's usually in the 60s, like in winter time. Like right now, it's like 65 at night. It's actually raining. I can hear the rain outside, like it's sprinkling. He didn't come without backup. Yeah, he better bring more than backup if he comes here. Yeah, if I want to see snow, I'll go to Boston or the most snow I've ever seen was when I went to Rochester, New York. I went to Buffalo with my friend. We went to go. I used to be a DJ, so I was a DJ for 20 years, and I traveled the world and DJed at different venues and different places. I met DJs, all over the world, and they invited me here, invited me there. So the most snow I ever saw in my life was in Buffalo, New York, and it was like the first week of December. We did like a pre-Christmas party. This is like maybe 10 years ago. And it snowed so much we couldn't even go nowhere. We had to like sleep in this guy's basement. And I'll never forget, I came outside like 5 o'clock in the morning because there stopped snowing, and the guy was like, we heard like the machine outside taking the snow off the roads. So my friend was like, "Mark, wake up, let's go, we gotta go, man." I'm like, "Man, you gotta be kidding me." And I was outside, my teeth were chattering, I was cold as I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Hell no, I'm never coming back here no more. This is too cold." My lips were purple. My teeth were chattering. I had never witnessed cold ass shit like that in my life. But before I left, I carved out my name in the snow. It was pretty fun. I got pictures and shit. So. And the only other place I was at where it snowed a lot was Boston. I never forget, on my birthday weekend, there was like a northeastern storm, like a real bad storm. It was like 3 days straight. I was stranded. I couldn't come back home. Couldn't drive. You couldn't go nowhere. It was like snow everywhere. And I'm like, I picked the worst time to come to Boston. Everything was canceled, delayed. It was a shit show. I can't even remember when that was. I think it was 2009 or 2010, something like that. It was years ago. I went for my birthday weekend, and it was like the worst birthday ever. I was stranded in the hotel. We were literally like sitting on the heater to get hot, to get like warm, because it was so cold. It was unbelievable. It was like below some bullshit. I can't remember what it was. But we were at a restaurant before it started. We were at a restaurant. We just saw the snow flurries coming, and we were like, "Yeah, let's get the hell out of here because it's like pouring snow now. Let's go before it gets too late." So we walked home, and then after that, we couldn't go nowhere. We were like stranded. And then when we went outside to go see all the snow, all of us, we live in Bermuda, so we were like, Yeah, let's go in the snow. We're all suited up. Yeah, that didn't make no difference. Our face was literally numb and our lips were purple and we were like, "Ugh." We couldn't even stop. We went back to the hotel and we literally sat on top of those heaters. Like, and we're like, "Fuck, this is too cold. I'm never coming here no more. This is bullshit." Yeah. I know people come in here all the time and tell me, "Oh, you don't want to come here. It's too damn cold today. We have all this snow, 9 inches of snow or some bullshit." I'm like, "Oh hell no, no thank you, no snow here." Uh-uh. But I mean, I don't mind it. I'm used to it now because I've been through a couple snow episodes, and I don't mind. Like, I'll go out there. I'll be cold. I don't really give a shit. But when I first witnessed it years ago, I was like, "What the hell am I doing? You better stay the heck inside. You're gonna go purple." But yeah, those are the coldest I've ever been. Has been Boston and in Buffalo, New York. Those are the two coldest places I've ever witnessed. Exactly, I know. That's why I won't see in Bermuda. It's not. We're not built for that weather. See, our bodies are not. We get frostbite. We die from hyper whatever you call it, hypothermia or whatever the heck that is. Yeah, we be fucked. We can't handle that shit. You know, that's why people in Canada and the United States come to Bermuda for winter because the weather's good here. They ain't got no snow. Yeah, hypothermia there. Yeah, I would get that if I was out there. Hell no. I've witnessed sometimes where I was like so cold that I couldn't even sleep. I was like my teeth were chattering and I couldn't handle it. My body was like, "What the hell are you doing to yourself? You out of your mind, bro?" And that trip in Boston, I never forget it. When we got to Bermuda, like we were on the plane with like tracksuits and like jackets. We were cold. As soon as we got to Bermuda, the sun was out. It was like 70 degrees. We had to take off all our like jackets and shit. And everybody was like, "What the hell like just happened here?" Like we're just 2 hours away from Boston. How is this even possible? How can the world be like this? We went from like below zero to 70 degrees in 2 hour flight. So we were like, thank God we're here. The hell with this shit. And I never forget, we were sitting next to this lady and she was like, "Oh, what is the weather like in Bermuda?" I said, "Well, it ain't like where we just came from." I said, "You'll never see snow in Bermuda and it don't even get down to like 50 something." She's like, 50 something? That's not winter. That's bullshit. I'm like, exactly. I said, "You'll be perfectly fine. You'll be walking around in a bikini if you want on Christmas. It don't make no difference, sweetheart. It's not that cold here." To us it is. Like when it's in the 60s or 50s, we're like, "Oh my god, it's cold." And people are like, "What do you mean it's cold? You don't even know what cold is, you idiot." But see, for us it is because our body temperature is always 70, 80, 90. you know that's the average temperature here is like 75 all year round, and that's like comfortable. But summertime obviously it goes up to 85, 90. Doesn't get over 90 though. It's like it's on the borderline of 90. But the problem here is humidity. Like it could be 70 degrees or 60 degrees, but it'll be 90% humidity or 100% humidity. Where if you have your bathroom closed and you have your window open, you'll come in there and you'll slip on your ass on the tile. Or the whole tile, the mirror will be soaking wet like someone sprayed it with a hose. That's how much humidity we have here sometimes. Where everything is like damp and wet. It's disgusting. Like the humidity is what really is a problem here. A lot of people say that I hate Bermuda, it's so humid. Like it's like that dry humidity where you're gonna sweat or you have to put on your AC because you can't even have your windows open. This won't make no sense. So that's the only thing here that is a problem with weather. It's our humidity. Yeah, I hate humidity. A lot of women hate humidity because it messes with their hair or their makeup or whatever they're doing. To me, I hate it because I sweat. I don't like sweating out of control. But the humidity will get you. And I live up high on a hill, so the humidity is worse up here. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. A lot of women said their hair gets like wavy or something happens to their hair all the time. With me, my hair gets soaking wet from sweat from humidity. Yeah, here the hottest it gets is like 90, and at night it doesn't drop down too much. It'll be like 85, 86 at night. So it's not like how you guys drop like 10 degrees or 15 degrees at night. We're totally opposite. We don't drop at all. We just drop like maybe 5 degrees at the most. So it'll be 90 during the day and like 85 at night. And that's because the sun ain't out, but the humidity would be like 80 as well or 90. No, it doesn't. My hair used to be wavy when I was younger, when I had a lot of hair, but now I don't have as much hair as I used to. My hair is like kind of thinning out. I still got good hair, you know. See, I still got good hair, but it's thinning out. It's thinning out a bit up top. It's only because I'm getting older, you know. But I don't really mind. I don't really care about my hair like that. I've never been like, the type of guy to put gel in my hair and stick it all spiky up in the air and all that shit. I don't really care for that. I get a haircut and she's like, "Is it okay?" "Yeah, it's fine. I don't give a shit about this hair. Let's go." Plus, I wear hats anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, my hair used to be wavy when I was young. In high school, there's a picture of my hair good, like having the wave up top and combed it down and stuff. But I never really put like shit in my hair like gel and hairspray and all that type. I never was like that type of person because I always sweat from my head a lot. Yeah, I still have good hair. Like, I still have good hair. It's just as you can see, like it's thinning out a bit like that. But my hair is still good. I'm still all right. Yeah. I don't wear hats all the time, but I wear hats when I come on here. But in my earlier videos from like years ago, you'll see I didn't wear no hats. I always have my hair. I don't mind. Sometimes I wear hats, sometimes I don't. It's however I feel. I still got my hair, but as long as I'm not bald, I'm okay. But they say that you can get your hair back and get it to grow with like castor oil or some products. I don't know if I believe all that shit. Because if that was true, then people wouldn't be bald and people would have their hair. So I don't really believe in all those things, but I believe that people don't give a shit like me. They're like, I don't care, let my hair go out. I don't care, whatever. It's all good. To me, the less hair, the better. That means the less you got to pick up and less you got to deal with. Yeah. But yeah, you see all these ads about people getting their hair back or restoring their hair. I don't know if I believe all that stuff. I'm yet to like talk to somebody who actually does that. Yeah, I can bring out the spray paint. They have that spray paint stuff. I've seen people use it. I'm like, hell no. I sweat too much for that. That shit does. Those streaks of black will be coming down my face all around here. You think I'll be my tears will be black or something. I can't put stuff in my hair because I sweat. See? So that shit would all that dye, whatever you had to dye and whatever will come out of my hair and come running down my damn neck and my face. I can't use that shit. I forget what you call that stuff. I saw somebody using that. What the heck's it called? Microfibers or some shit like that. Some fibers or whatever they put in your hair. I'm like, hell no. I don't really. When I go get a haircut, my hairdresser lady, she says, "Oh, you want gel in it?" I say, "No, that's okay." She goes, "You never want nothing." I said, "I don't want no shit in my hair. No, no." And I asked, I said, is there such thing as restoring your hair? She goes, no, Mark. I've dealt with people who got hair transplants, and it's not even the same. She goes, it's not worth it. Just leave it alone. She goes, don't worry, women don't care about that shit. And I was like, oh, I don't care what anybody thinks. I really don't care myself. Yeah, that's shoe polish. That's what they used to use. Yeah, Age of Aquarius is Rapunzel. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. My grandmother, my grandmother is the only woman I know that had hair all the way down to the ground. Her hair was literally probably a couple inches off the ground. And she was about maybe 60 something years old when I visited her in Portugal. I went inside her house one day because she always had her hair wrapped up in a bun with a scarf. You know how the old older women grandmas wear their scarves, right? They put their hair in it so you can't really see their hair because it's all in a bun, right? So one morning I got there super early because we were all going to church, and I was about 10 years old. And I said, "Hey, grandma, good morning." And she was taking care of her elderly sister. And I looked at her. She goes, "What's wrong? Why are you staring at me?" I said, "Grandma, I never seen you with your hair up. You always have it, rolled up in that scarf." And she turned around. She goes, "Yeah, it's almost to the ground." And I was like, "Is that real?" She goes, "Of course it's real." She got offended. She goes, "Of course it's real. I never cut it. This hair has been like this for like 50 years or something." She said she never cut it. So it was like way down. Obviously, she cut it around like where her face was, but it was so long, it was all the way down to the ground. And she was about maybe 5'6", something like that. So like her hair was like 5 feet long. I was like, holy shit, why would you want all of that fucking hair? She was like, it's something I love. She loves her hair. She don't want to cut it. And I was like, fucking hell. So she took it and then she wrapped it, and then she wrapped it, and then she wrapped it, and then she folded it. I watched her do it, and I was in amazement. Like I was like, and she was laughing at me. She was like, "You never seen like anybody with hair like this?" I'm like, "Hell no." See, back then they didn't. She washed their hair in the river. See, back then they had that river shit. Like they put their hair in the river, natural water. That's why that shit was growing like a weed. She had that natural spring water washing her hair. They used to wash their clothes in the river and shit. They didn't have no washers and dryers. They were poor. My grandma wasn't rich. She had like she was at the they had like in Portugal where they live, there was like, they I never saw a washer and dryer there ever in my life. Now obviously they do, but this is going back like 30 something years ago, right? So she would go down to the river and wash her hair and stuff. Yeah. And their bathrooms were outside. Like in the little like how they have those porta potties? That's what they had. Like they had an outdoor bathroom. It was crazy shit. She lived like in the old houses and stuff. And that's crazy. Yeah, that's what they did back then. There's like our ancestors were all like that. Like, they had they had their long hair, always wore dresses. They didn't have no jeans or no shorts. No, I never seen my grandma or my aunties ever wear shorts or long pants or jeans. My aunties and grandma always wore like skirts, like or dresses, like the botas they call them. Yeah, well, my family was all Catholics, so they were very religious. In Portugal, they're like super religious. So my granny went to church like almost every day, pretty much every day. So it's like a thing for her. She never cut her hair, and she was combing it, and I'm like, holy shit. She was there for like a good half hour to 45 minutes doing her hair, and I was there at 10 years old. And then her sister says, "Who is this little boy here?" because she was like 90 years old, right? The sister. She was like, "Who's this boy here?" And she was like, "Oh, this is my grandson. His name's Mark." And she goes, "I don't know him." She goes, "I know you don't know him. He's here visiting from Bermuda. He's my daughter's son. You know my daughter?" She's like, "I don't know." She was like, she probably had dementia or whatever, right? Because I didn't know what the hell that was back then. So she was like, "Oh, he's kind of he looks like he's hungry, right? Because he's staring over here." She goes, "No, he's not hungry. He's looking at me do my hair." And she goes, "Oh, okay." And she's like, "Ha ha ha ha. I thought he was hungry, poor boy. He looks like he ain't had nothing to eat. We got soup if we want some, right?" And I knew Portuguese, right? I knew what they were saying. And at 10 years old, I knew how to talk it and to, speak it, right? And hear what they're saying. And I said, when I started speaking Portuguese, she was like, "Oh, you know how to speak Portuguese?" I said, "Yeah, yeah." She goes, "Oh, I didn't know." I said, "It's okay." I said, "I don't want no soup. I'm not hungry. I had breakfast already. Thanks." So I'm not here for food. I came to visit my grandma and I came to visit you. And then it made me laugh. My mom always laughed because my grandma told my mom that her sister thought I was there to come get food. I was some kid off the street, right, coming in to get food. I was laughing like crazy. But I always remember that story. And I always remember my grandma. She always had long ass hair. I had both of my grandmas. One had super short hair, and the other one had long, long, long hair. Like it was the craziest shit ever. They were totally opposite. But yeah, I remember them though. I always remember them. Sometimes they come up in my readings when a medium reads me, they'll see my grandma and stuff. She used to love flowers. I don't know what they're called in English, but they're called avlanche. And like they're like this big puffy looking flower with many like little like leaf like petals or whatever you call it. They're very beautiful flowers. They come in blue, white, pink, and they're really full. They got a small stem, but it's a big ass bulky flower. I gotta find out what they're called in English. But yeah, she used to have all of them in her yard, and she had a garden. She had corn out the back. She was like, because my grandfather died early, so she was at least 20 years like without my grandfather. Oh, really? My grandma, the one I'm talking about from Portugal, she looked like one of those Indian type like people, like that had that stern, square looking face with the slanty eyes and like the saggy like cheeks, but and like with she looked like one of those Indian type ladies. Yeah, Aborigines. Yeah, yeah, she looked like that. If I showed you a picture of her, I don't have a picture of her here. It's upstairs, but her and my grandfather looked like the old Indian type people, but they were Portuguese of Portuguese descent. Even her sister, my auntie, they was like that. They had that look. But my mom and us, we don't look like that. But my auntie, one of my aunties, kind of had that look. But she was one of 13 kids. My grandma in Portugal, she was one of 13 children, seven boys and six girls. She was like the second youngest, I think. Her mom had her at 40 years old, and she had my mom at 40 years old. Yeah. So we have my mom's side is a huge family, but my dad's side isn't that big of a family because my dad's grandfather, he got married twice, so he has two sets of families. I learned a lot about my ancestors recently because my parents decided to actually tell us the truth and tell us about our family and our ancestors. It was always like a secret or something, or they didn't want us to know too many things, or they didn't even know too many things. Because my mom is the youngest out of five, And my dad is only my dad and his brother. But my dad is the same way. Like his parents didn't really tell him too much. His dad died young too. So I tell people my dad's dad died when I was 5 months, when my mom was 5 months pregnant with me. My dad's dad died at 62 from liver cancer. He smoked and drank a lot. So he died early. My dad, I think he was like 18 years old or some shit like that. When he died. And then they all were in Bermuda at the time. They came from Portugal to Bermuda. Both my families are from Portugal. So then when I was born and I was 9 months old, um, my mom's dad passed away, and she took me because I was a baby, 9 months old. She took me to Portugal from Bermuda and to go see her dad. And then when we got there, he passed away. So at least I got to see my grandfather when I was 9 months old, and he got to see his last grandson. But how weird is that? Like both my grandfathers died, one before I was born and one was after I was born, and it was all within a 2 year span. So it's crazy, but I wish I would have saw him, but at least I saw one of them. Yeah, with extra long eyelashes that I can't stand. I have to get my sister to pluck one of my white eyelashes now. It's pissing me off. I can see it through my eyes. It's like aggravates me every now and then. I have to like go like this and push them out a little bit. But my nephew, my youngest nephew, the 14-year-old, he has eyelashes like me. They're huge. And he's like, I know how you feel, Uncle Mark. My eyelashes are aggravating me. I'm like, yep. Like, wait till you reach my age when they go white, and then you can see them through your black hair, and you're like, what the fuck is this thing doing here? I get my sister to pluck my eyelash, like one of the white ones if I see them. Like sometimes they're curled up in my eye, and they're in my vision, and it pisses me off. And she laughs because she's like, "Oh my god, look how long this thing is," and I'm like, "Yep." I said, "I wish I could shave them all off," and she's like, "No, don't do that." Yeah, I guess you can call it lucky because a lot of people like long curly eyelashes, but not me. I don't like that shit. That shit's aggravating. Sometimes I see these women out here with these long ass fluffy eyelashes and like ding, 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 ding. I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you? You damn women are crazy. How you want that shit on your eyelids for? Looking like Snuffleupagus. Fuck out of here. I don't want to see that shit, woman. But hey, to each their own. If you like that shit, go for it. Oh, I know. A lot of people tell me that. A lot of people tell me that. A lot of people. I used to date a girl. I used to date this woman. It was about, I'd say about maybe. Sometimes I gotta remember how old I am. I say about 15 years ago, I dated this woman, and she had no eyelashes. Like her eyelashes were shit. And she would always run her finger over my eyelashes and be like, "Oh my god, can I have them?" And I'm like, "Look, you can cut them all off and like put them on like a little like sticker thing, like how you got, and you'll have real eyelashes, just mine." I said, "I don't mind going without eyelashes for a couple of weeks. You can have them. You love them so fucking much. Take them." I used to get pissed at her. I'm like, "Look, stop touching my damn eyelashes. Fuck them things. I don't give a shit about damn thing." He's like, "I want them so bad, please." I'm like, "You can have them." She'll run her finger because she couldn't believe how nice they were. And I'm like, "Sweetheart, please don't touch my eyelashes no more. I like you like that, but don't touch them. I can't stand my eyelashes. They aggravate me." "Oh, you don't know how lucky you are. I wish I had them." I'm like, "Okay, all right, dear sweetheart." Yeah, I'm Snuffleupagus. Yeah, there's a meme out there. that says all you women out there be looking like Snuffleupagus, because you know Snuffleupagus, he had those ridiculously huge eyelashes, right? And I remember that shit. You know, he used to like blink and you saw like the eyelashes were huge. And I was like, yeah, you women out there want to look like Snuffleupagus? Go right ahead. I don't want to look. I already look like him now. Yeah, yeah. Did she kiss every eyelash? No, she didn't kiss him, but she ran her fingers through him like she was crazy. She thought it was the best thing in the world, especially the top ones. The top ones are longer than the bottom ones. My top eyelashes actually curl up into my eye, like it's annoying. But even at my age now, it's the same shit. It's still long. It's annoying. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of kids have long eyelashes and look really nice with this. I love 'em. I remember my youngest nephew, he still has long eyelashes, but when he was like maybe 2 years old, those things were like sticking out. And then eventually they were like so long that they stood out like it looked so crazy. They were brown, like beautiful eyelashes, and they were thick. He had a shitload of them. It was the weirdest. It looked like an eyebrow eyelash. It was so like thick. And then eventually it started to curl up, and everybody's like, "Oh, Mark, that's your mini me. You guys got them eyelashes." And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess he must be taking after me because his mom and dad don't have no eyelashes like that." So it's like it's in my family. My nephews all have decent eyelashes. They all were like that when they were babies. They all had beautiful eyelashes like their Uncle Marky. I know, right? I miss my nephews when they're all teenage boys now and adults. But I love when they were babies, man. They were a baby's like the cutest thing on earth. That's why I tell a lot of people who have babies that look, worship your time with them in the beginning, like because that you'll never have them times back. Once they get older, they get disrespectful, nasty, and they're gonna cost a lot more than what they cost. You think you're gonna be buying them milk and then formula and all that shit, and there's little bullshit, little things of food. But when they start eating a lot, you're gonna pay a lot more. And when they start growing, you're gonna be buying clothes out of you know, yeah, they're gonna cost a lot more than when they were babies. So enjoy those times. Yeah, my youngest nephew's 14 and the oldest one's 21. But when they were like, when they were all six of them were like 5, 6, 2, 3, 1. That was the best times of my life. I had so much fun with them. And I hope one day I have a baby. If I meet someone and have a baby with them in the next 3 to 4 years or whatever, I'd still be happy if I have a baby before 50. So that'd be nice. I actually know a lot of men who are like first time fathers and they're like my age or they're like 50. For a guy, it's not like, it's not that much of a big deal. Obviously, a woman, having a baby late is a risk. But, there's any like 30-year-old women out there that want a baby, I'll give you one if you're willing to, have me as your baby daddy, future hubby, if you're still interested and you're in your late 30s or you're in your 30s and or maybe even like close to 40, you want a baby, Mark is here, Yeah, my oldest sister, 25 years ago, she lost triplets, and we were like so excited if she were to have them because we were gonna have three girls. She was gonna have girls, She was 5 months into her pregnancy and her water broke and the babies passed away, unfortunately. Her body couldn't handle it. So I've seen all three in spirit numerous times. But that was like a tragic time for her and for us. We were like hoping that we were gonna have, triplet girls, and but it didn't work out that way. But she ended up having two boys, healthy boys that are 21 and 19. I love them to death, and they're good kids. So it wasn't meant to be, but I wish she would have had them. I wish they were in the world right now, but it's all good. It's life. People lose children, but also are lucky to have more. Yeah, yeah. I'm sure I might, but it's okay. Yeah, I'll give her some machine gun kisses. There you go. I used to do that all the time. I used to like always want to hold the babies and give them kisses on them cheeks and tickle them and all that shit. Play around with them. Yeah, those are the good old days. I used to love my nephews so much when they were young and they were babies and 2, 3 years old, and they said those words, or they'll say Uncle Mark, or things like that, or they say their first bad word or something. It would be like hilarious. I have so much videos and so many pictures. Sometimes my siblings ask me for like my pictures that I take of them or videos. I have like when I used to have a camcorder when they were like a thing. I have them all on video. I got it all transferred to DVD, so I always have the memories. And sometimes I'll show them like the DVD on Christmas or on a birthday or on a special occasion. I'll be like, look what you were doing when you were young. And they'll look at it and be in awe, like, that's me? I'm like, yeah, that's you. Duh. I don't remember that. I was like, obviously not. You don't remember because you were like 2 years old. How the fuck can you remember? But see, like I got the proof right here. See? And they were like, oh, look at you, Uncle Mark. You look younger. You had a mustache and you had like a shitload of hair. I was like, yeah, this is what happened when I came out of the army. See, when I was in the army, I had to have a crew cut, always shaved. And then when I got out of the army, I let my hair grow. I had thick ass black hair and a big mustache, goatee. I say, yeah, I let all my hair grow back then after that. When I was in my 20s, when I got out of the army, I was like, thank God, fuck this shit. And now I don't care at all about hair and beards and all bullshit. I don't care, like, whatever. Did I ever come close to Mrs. Right? I believe I did a few times, but it didn't work out. I would say not. I would say come close, but like in your mind you think you have, but it doesn't end up working out. But they end up being Mrs. Right for someone else, or never being Mrs. Right. But I never lose hope. I never lose faith, and I always say to myself, maybe I'm one of those late type of relationship people that's gonna happen to me later on in my life. I don't know. I don't really dwell on it too much. Yeah, I never lose hope. I always have like a thing in the back of my mind that says, you know what? You're 40. I'm 46 now. I go 47 in February, and I see guys my age having a child for the first time. I actually saw a old boss of mine. He's actually the same age as me, and he had a newborn baby in his hand. He was like, "Oh, this is my wife, and this is my baby. He's 5 months old." And I was like, "Oh, congratulations, man." And he was like, "What about you?" I said, "No, nothing yet." He goes, "Oh man, don't lose hope. Look at me." And I'm like, "All right, bro, thanks. I appreciate that. You made me get some hope there. Good." So hey, you know, when I saw that, I was actually saying, "Hey, that might be me soon." And if not, it's all good. Like I tell people all the time, I have 6 nephews and I still see them all the time and speak to them. and they're like my own. I treat them like my own. So and then I don't mind. Like if it never happens, that's fine. I don't care. Like I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh, God doesn't love me or God didn't give me what I wanted. You know, yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. And there's a lot of people who like are widows and they find somebody else in their late 60s, 70s, and then they end up being with that person after, in life. I know a few people like that too. And then there's like widows who never get remarried again and they have a chance to, but they don't. And then there's people who get married three, four, 5 times, Who fucking cares? Yeah, exactly. And that's okay to feel that way. We all go through, bullshit, and we all go through like people who we think that's going to be right for us. But look how many people do you know right now that have been married, divorced, and are now single and it's the best time of their life? How many people do you know that's been married, divorced, and got remarried? How many people do you know that's never been married but they're still happy and or they have a child and they just from someone that they neglect? Or then you have people who get married and then one of your significant other dies and then you're left with the children. This shit happens. It's like everybody has a different path, and I keep telling everybody right now my path is to be single. I never been married, I never had children. But guess what? That's me. That's who I'm meant to be right now. That shit can change tomorrow. That shit can change the next year. A year from now, I can be like, hey, look, you guys, I found the love of my life. I've been with her for a few months. I think this is the one, whatever. And if not, I might be here next year and saying, hey, I love being single. I don't give a fuck. It's all good. you know, I don't care. It's all good. And then how many people do you know that are together, they get married, they try to have children and they can't? What are you going to do? Divorce that person because they can't have kids? Some people do. Or some people adopt. Or some people just being pet mom and dads. Everybody's life is different. And I accept that my life is different. You can't always get what you want. And there's people out there that have one child and then they say, fuck that, I don't want another one. Then they end up having another child. Then there's people who have one child and then the woman who bears a child has a C-section and has a bad experience and almost died, so she don't want to have another one. Then there's people out there who have 10 fucking kids. You know? There's so many scenarios, so many things, so many different things. There's so many ways. Oh yeah, Ninja, there's always a hope of practice too, but sometimes practicing might get you something. So I rather just keep to myself right now. You know. Well, the thing is, if a person has kids or not at this age, it doesn't really matter. Like if I meet someone that has a child or whatever or has kids, I'm gonna like respect her and respect her children, respect her wishes, and be cool around her children. But I'd rather, me personally, my preference is to be with a woman who doesn't have kids and wants kids. So like I'm 46. If I meet somebody that's 30 something years old, in her late 30s, that's like less, no more than 10 years younger than me, I'll be happy with that. But that's living in a perfect world. Who's to say that I and that that's gonna happen? I have a cousin of mine. He married this woman. He was with her for years. He's actually gonna get a divorce soon because his wife is, one of those people who waste all the money and doesn't do anything and has numerous jobs and just like, worthless. He tried to have kids with her, but it didn't work. But he wanted kids, but he couldn't. But he still loved his wife and still was with her for like almost 20 years. But now they're separated. But he never left her because she couldn't have kids. And that's the thing, like you never know. Yeah, I know 99 cent one. Some people use saran wrap, you know. But yeah, that ain't happened. But at the end of the day, everybody's life is different. Everybody's different. Some people, have the perfect life, perfect wife, family, kids. And then you got to look at it another way. Like, I can go and meet somebody right now, and then, I have a child, and that child comes out with nothing but problems, you know? Actually, I don't know if Nina, if you're here, I'll use Nina as an example. Nina is a woman who wanted a child all her life and couldn't. She was trying, and didn't have it. And then she ended up having a child later on in life. Like just recently, she had. Well, her child's like probably 2 or 3 now, or more. I can't remember. Years passed by. But I remember Nina being in here and telling me the story and telling everybody about her story. And her dream came true. She has a beautiful child, and she had her complications, but she's fine now. She got her wish, but she had to get it later on in her life. You know, so there's always hope. There's always like that chance. I actually know a woman here in Bermuda. She had cancer. She beat cancer, and now she's pregnant and having her first child. And when I saw her, I don't really like her or like that. She's a real bitch. But I looked at her and I said, God, protect her. She's been through a lot, and if you can give her that child and give her like what she wanted, then I respect that. Even though I don't really like her or whatever. But I know she fought cancer, and I know she went through hell. Like her dad died. Think she had like a hard time these past few years. And then when I saw her pregnant, I was like, like I wish her the best in my mind. Even though I don't really care about her like that. But I say, I hope that God gives her wish. You know, that's how I look at it because I know how her life was. So it's nice to see things like that, like a person beat cancer and then get pregnant and get married and have a child. That's what she's going through now. So everybody's life is different. It's crazy. It's like I said, it's all a big story that everybody has. There's a lot of people who come in here who don't have children. Some people regret having children. Some people don't want any children. Some people are like, fuck that, I'm never having another child again. Some people will say, yeah, I love breeding babies. Yeah, hell yeah, I'm having another one. Fuck it. It's life. But one thing I say to myself all the time is I don't have any regrets. I don't care like if I do or don't. Obviously I would love to experience my own, but in the meantime, there's always hope. There's always like, that chance of maybe finding that person and having a child and in a later stage in your life. But like I said, I know a lot of guys my age who just had a child for the first time. So I say, oh well, hey, look at that. Congrats. Maybe that's gonna be me. They always say, Mark, you're next. I'm like, yeah. I hear you, bro. I hear you. If I'm next, I'll tell you about it. But like I said, I hope everybody has hope and faith that it will happen one day to them. And even if it doesn't happen, just know that it was meant to be. It was meant to happen. Don't grudge God for it. Don't condemn God for it. Don't think it's something wrong with you. Like it's just the way it is. Like some people go through life And all because you never got married or you never had kids, that doesn't make you a less person than someone who did. Because there's people who have kids and don't even give a fuck about them. That is worse than not having, like, that's worse than not having kids. I'd rather not have kids than to neglect my children or have a vindictive baby mother or a vindictive ex-wife that doesn't let me see my children and lies on me or claims I beat her or whatever, makes my life fucked up. So I'd rather have no kids than experience that bullshit life. I know a lot of people who suffer that consequence, unfortunately. So life is okay even though you don't, but don't be hard on yourself. I learned that a long time ago. I've never been like, I never look at myself different because people like to label you. You know, people say, "Oh yeah, you don't have nobody." It's either because maybe you're gay, maybe you just don't want a woman, maybe you just don't want to get married, or maybe like um, you don't know what it is to have sex or whatever, or you just they'll come up with some stupid ass things about you that's not true. Like people just can't say, look, he doesn't want to get married, he doesn't want a wife, he doesn't want kids, he just wants to be single. Some people just don't want to be single. They don't want nobody around them smelling their ass and being around them all fucking day aggravating them. Some people can't handle people like that. They want to be alone. They don't want to like, but some people get bothered by it. Some people let it destroy them almost to where they kill themselves because they think that by what these people say, the outside world says looking in, they want you to feel some type of way. My cousin used to always say that to me. I used to hate going. He says, I hate going to family functions because my brother has a child and I don't. And, they know that we can't have kids, but they still like say dumb shit and make us feel uncomfortable. That's the only thing I don't like about people. And I'm like, look, man, don't let that shit bother you, man. Don't let that shit bother you. Just like let that shit go right over your head. Because people are always, look, if you get married and you don't have kids, when are you going to have kids? If you're married and you have one kid, they're going to say, why don't you have another one so the other one has somebody to play with? Then when you have three kids, two kids, right? They're going to say, oh, are you thinking about having another one? And then if you do have another one, they're gonna like, oh my God, how can you afford three children? And they're all in private schools? What the fuck? What is wrong with you? Are you crazy? Then if you have four kids, oh my God, you're mental. How could you afford that? So you're never going to win in these people's eyes. You're always going to get scrutinized for what you have, what you do, how you live your life, and who gives a fuck what these people think. But some people let that shit bother them. They really do. Exactly. Well, my godmother, God rest her soul, she used to say that unfortunately God gives people children to give them a lesson or to like or because they don't deserve it. Unfortunately, that's the case. So unfortunately, that's just how it is. I can't change nothing. I can't change no one. It's a part of life. If you hear any noises, that's my dog in the background. It's making all these noises, snoring. But yeah, people say that to me too. And every time we have like a big family function, the first thing they say to me is, "No girlfriend yet? Well, you don't want kids? You don't want to get married?" And I'm like, "No, no, and no." Oh, okay. Say whatever you want. I don't care. How's your life, by the way? That's what I say to anybody who says that shit to me. I say, how's your life? And you know what? A lot of the time when somebody says, hey, Mark, you married? I'm like, nope. They goes, oh, smart man. You got kids? Nope. Smart man. You got anybody right now? No, I'm single. How long you been single? About 5 years now. Oh, you're smart. Don't get married, man. Don't get nobody. Stay by yourself, man. If I knew what I knew now, I would have never got married. What happened? Oh, my bitch left me. She cheated on me. She don't care about the kids. I'm not the kids raising them. This bitch left and she went to New York City or whatever. Everybody's got a story. So your experience may not be my experience, or your experience might open my eyes not to do what they did or to get yourself involved in some bullshit. But like I always say, everybody's different. Some people want it, don't have it. Some people want it, get it, and it blows up. And then some people get together and then can't have kids. So, and then some people have kids and then don't give a shit about them. So it's just life. It really is. But I'm blessed to. I think God, you know, with me, God said, look, whenever you're ready, we'll give you something, but it's we know what you want, so it's kind of like on the impossible list right now, bro. So like my wish for the woman I want is like almost impossible to find. So that's why he's still searching the billions of people. He's going through everybody and saying, oh, Mark would like her, but uh nah, that isn't the one. Next. Let me look at this woman. Okay, she's got this. All right, now I might send her Mark's way. See how it goes. That's how it is. That's what I think God does. He's like, you know what, Mark? The woman you want, she exists, but I gotta find her for you. Just give me some time, all right, bro? I'll go through the catalog and I'll get back to you. In the meantime, you do what you want, bro. Exactly, and that's how I look at it. The smartest and the most beautiful people in the world are the people who don't have those things because they're smart and beautiful on the inside and out, knowing that they deserve the ultimate prize, the ultimate partner. So they're not going to settle for less like everybody does. And usually the people that don't have nobody and don't have kids and never been married are the smartest people in the world because they know what their value is. They don't devalue themselves just to have what everybody put that label they put on you. And that's the truth. And I'm not saying it because I'm one of those people. I'm saying it because it actually is true. Because we have high standards and we value ourselves very high. We put ourselves in a category of I know what I bring to the table. I know I will be a good mother or father. I know I have the financial backing. I know I have a good job. I know I can be the best partner in the world. I want to get married. I want to have a house. I want to have a child. I want to do everything I want, and I will. And I know what I bring to the table. But how am I going to get somebody that's going to be exactly like me or almost like me or even better? Where is that person? Do they exist? Can I find them or will they find me? So these are the most beautiful people in the world. They're the ones who have high standards because they don't want to just have a random bullshit person that they're going to have to take care of like they take care of the baby. You don't want a woman child or a man child in your life. You want somebody that's going to be your partner, be your teammate, and do everything with you instead of without you. So usually the people who have never been married and are single and don't have kids are the smartest people in the world because they will not lower their standards. And I'm not saying that people have a good life and a good wife and husband and kids are dumb. No, they made the right choice. They found the right partner. they have the life they want and they're succeeding at the life they want. So don't take my words out of context. I'm not saying that's the case. But people who have been divorced, people who are like are neglecting their children, those are people who gave up. Those are people who made wrong choices. Those are people who got disrespected. Those are people who had to learn a life's lesson. But they're good people too. They just found a fucked up person or had a fucked up situation. We can call it whatever we want to call it. And that's the reality of it all. Like, it's all about what you really want and how you're gonna live your life and what you're gonna do. But in order to be married, to have a child, and to live a good life, it takes two, not just one person doing it all the time. That's bullshit. That's not a partnership. That's a single ship. That's just you having somebody that sleeps next to you every night that does fucking nothing while you do everything. And you're wondering what the hell you're doing in this life. I could write a book about that shit. I've seen it all, man. I've seen it. So much people who give up, who have a failed relationship. And I know people who have a really solid marriage and solid foundation and have a almost perfect life. And I don't envy their lives, or I'm not jealous of them. I just know that everybody has their own path and their own way of living. And I don't care what you do. Just do what's best for yourself, and that's it. That's all that matters. That's all I can say from my experience of being in the world for 46 years. We all go through it. But don't give up. Keep the faith, keep the hope. You don't need a man, you don't need a woman, you don't need love, you don't need a baby, you don't need a child, you don't need to get married. Those are all wants, things that we want. What you need is to take care of yourself. That's what you need to do. And if you don't, then that's your fault. That's your problem. But you need to take care of yourself. Your love, your needs, your want, your loving yourself and taking care of you and health wise and everything is the main thing you should be doing. And if you do that, you prove to God that you're worthy of the things that you want. Yeah, that's all I do. Like, I've been trying to better my life for the past 6 years. I've bettered my life. I'm a better person and better decision making than I was 6 years ago. But I really had to look at myself and say, hey, what are we gonna do? 6 years ago I turned 40 and I said, you're 40 years old, now it's time to be a 40-year-old man. You need to stop doing this, you need to stop doing that, you need to start doing this, you need to start doing that. Let's analyze what's going on. What do you need to change? What do you need to improve on? I analyze myself. I'm my own doctor, I'm my own psychiatrist, I'm my own whatever. We have to, we don't have to do anything, but I believe that doing it for yourself is the best thing you can do. I try every day to find a better solution to everything. I try every day to make my life better. I try every day to help everybody. I try every day to help myself. And sometimes it's tough and sometimes it's easy. All right, Ninja, take care. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be around tomorrow if you're gonna be around. I'm gonna go get in my bed anyway. I remember it's been on here for like 3 hours. But I love having these conversations. Um, and I want everybody to know, like, just, everybody's different. Don't follow anybody else. Don't try and be like nobody else. And don't think that your life is fucked up because you don't have what you want. But what you got to tell yourself is, what do I need? What do I need so I can be happy? And that's what I did this week. I waited for Black Friday sale and I said, I need some new pots and pans. I need a new coffee machine. And then I said, I got those things. I needed oil. I needed this. I needed groceries. I got everything I needed. And then today I said, now what do I want? I want a new pair of slides. I want a new pair of sneakers. And I want a new shirt. I'm going to treat myself today. Fuck it. Everything's on sale. I'll take my share too. Damn it. I need something for cheaper as well. And that's what I did. This week I got what I wanted and I got what I needed. And I'm happy. And a lot of good things happen. And then I come on here and I talk to civilized, like-minded people. I have a good time. And everybody, is on the same page. We all have a story to tell. And it makes me happy. And as long as I'm happy and my friends and my family's happy, I'm happy. And I'll always, be grateful for that. Exactly. But like we said earlier in this live, that people would take their life because they feel like God isn't helping them, or God's not with them, or God doesn't show them anything. And that's what I tell people. God can't do everything you want. You have to do what you need to do. You got to go and get it. God gave you a life already. God gave you free will, so fucking use it and stop blaming God because you don't have everything you want. You got to blame yourself. You got to make the choice. You got to go get what you need. You got to do what you want. You're lucky enough to have life and to be breathing. Go do what you got to do, damn it. Stop fucking making excuses. And that's what I did for myself. You bought a new coat because you deserve it. Exactly. See? That's why I bought a pair of sneakers, a pair of slides, and a new shirt because I fucking deserve it. I bust my ass. I work hard all my life. Why not treat myself? Damn it. Sure. Hell yeah. And I treated my nephews to lunch today. I took them to their sports activities, and then I took them to go get a haircut. And I told them, hey, you guys want to eat? You guys want to get lunch? Yeah, let's go. We all got lunch. I treated them to lunch, and they were happy. It made me happy to be able to treat them and to have lunch with them and hang out with them. Life is too short to be worried about money and life and bullshit. I've learned to let go. Let go and let God. He'll find a way to help me and to do what I need, and that's cool. He does. You bought new threads too? Hey, that's what's up. I had lobster tonight for dinner because I want to, because I can. I treated myself. Why not? I bought lunch for my nephews and then I treated myself to lobster tonight. Fuck it, I only live once, right? Yeah, see? And that's what I do now. I don't fucking care anymore. I'm not worrying about how much this is or how much that is. I can die next week, tomorrow, tonight, whatever. At least I lived a good life. At least I'm happy. But I beg God all the time, please don't let me die yet. I gotta help all these stupid fucking people out there that you send my way. And then I have to reason with the people you send me. And then I have to help the people, the decent people you send me. And then I have to deal with my family that you made me a part of. So God, please just spare my life. I'm 46. I want to live to at least 80 and I'll be happy. Okay, Jesus, God, whoever's listening, please just spare my life. Okay? Keep me happy and healthy and I will serve you. I'll help everybody that comes my way, I promise. And I say, look, my mom needs me, my dad needs me, my sister needs me, my nephews need me. Everybody needs me, okay? So just keep me on earth at least for 40 more years, please. And that's it. That's all I want at the end of the day. I want to live to see a long life and just help everybody. So, well, Ilda, I tell you one thing. Once this divorce is over and finalized, which should be any day now, hopefully, we're going to have a big party. We're going to celebrate. And I'm going to be able to live the life I've always wanted to live. I am now, but I will be guaranteed that once this is all over. Once this divorce is over, I know my sister and my nephews will be free. And we don't have to, deal with that idiot no more. Yeah, there you go. Absolutely, Age of Aquarius. That's what I say to myself every day, we only live once. When I went into that store today, I picked up those sneakers and I said, I don't need these damn sneakers. But I really, really want them. Because I don't have any gray sneakers and this will go with my, my stuff. I'm 46. If I don't buy them, somebody else will. So I might as well take them. Fuck it. Happy Black Friday to me. Yeah, I'm going to buy them. Fuck them. Excuse me, ma'am. Do you have these in a 10.5? Yes, sir, we do. So the lady goes, do you need to try them on? It's like, no, I don't need to try them on. I know my size. I'm good. Okay, here's your bag. Here's your receipt. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Yes, sir, you too. I walked out of there with the sneakers and I was like, fuck it. I don't care. It's what I want. I deserve it. Yeah, and give them machine gun kisses. Yeah. I looked in my freezer. I said, I've got this lobster here. Yeah, fuck it. I'm going to eat it today. Defrosted it, marinated, and ate it. If I die tomorrow, someone else is going to go in that fucking freezer and eat my damn lobster. Then I'm going to regret it. I'll be in spirit like, fucker ate my damn lobster. God damn it. Yeah, you ain't eating my damn lobster. I'm eating that shit now. No, you ain't eating it. I'm eating that shit before I die. But I'm good. I got a lot of lobster coming my way. Melt the butter for. You know what? I put garlic butter on my lobster. It's the bomb. I wedge it in between the meat and the shell. Oh my God. Yeah. Somebody told me the other day that I shouldn't eat lobster, that it's forbidden to eat lobster in the Bible. I said, I don't know what Bible you read, but don't you remember that all that fish that Simon caught in the boat? I think it was Simon and Peter or whatever. God said, cast your net, son. Cast the net and all that fish came out. If it wasn't meant to eat shit out of the water, then he wouldn't have put a lobster there. All right? And lobster weren't out there when God was alive. And Jesus was alive, I mean. It was only fish. It was just the beginning. He created that shit. He created lobster for people like me. Okay, he said, when my son Marky goes into the world, I'm going to make sure he has lobster galore. I'm going to put him on Bermuda so he's got endless supply of lobster. Damn right. I don't give a fuck. I mean lobster, man. Every time I get a chance. Fish, whatever. Live life. I have never heard anybody die from eating lobster, so I don't know what the hell you Bible you're reading or what the hell you're talking about. You know? All right, I'm going to get out of here. I've talked enough shit for today. I've been on here for 3 hours. My ass hurts from sitting here so damn long. But it was nice talking to you guys again. Live, love, laugh. You know? Oh, you're damn right. You're damn right. You know what somebody said on the internet the other day? This guy said, "Oh, looks like your wife wears the pants in your relationship." And he goes, "How would you know anything about wives if you don't have one?" He goes, "Well, Jesus Christ didn't have a wife." And everybody, he didn't even know what to say back to him. He says even Jesus himself had an opinion on marriage. I started laughing so much. I was like, I say that all the time. I was like, Jesus didn't get married. He was like, fuck that. Hell no. No, thank you. And he even saved hers from getting stunned, you know? So, yeah, what can I say? That's my guy, you know? What's up? I'll be like him. It's cool. All right, good night, Age of Aquarius. Good night, Oda. Good night, everyone. I will see you all tomorrow. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy your Sunday. I'm going to hang out with my mom and dad tomorrow for lunch. And then my dad's going to come up here and watch some football with me. He's feeling better today, thank God. He's feeling much better. And hopefully he'll be better. I'll put my energy on him tomorrow, make him feel better even more. And yeah, I'll be here tomorrow at some point in time. But enjoy your weekend and good night.